with the Italian subtitles of the film for a short period to you and ask for your questions, but I'd just like to ask each of our...
Many things I'm interested in. Well, I'm so happy that you recognize that. There is definitely, has a very affectionate portrayal of Hollywood and from the past. It's not literally set in the past. I'm cagey because people say, "Oh, is it set in the '70s?" I say, "No, maybe, quasi." But it is, at least the spirit of the past and the films from that time and Hollywood at that time, and the fact that the guy's an album cover designer, and that was something that happened so much in that period. But there's a big affection for Hollywood, and when you refer to the music, I was influenced by music of that time, and people like Harry Nilsson and that type of thing sort of flavored it. And there's a little inside joke which I'll share, which is the drink that they drink is a brandy Alexander, which was famous for when John Lennon and Harry Nilsson had the Lost Weekend together. So there's a lot of little secrets and things that are tucked around that relate to that time and place. And the glamour of Hollywood, and the romance of it, and also the kind of despair and also the more depressing side. And not to wax on, but the movie is about a guy going through depression, but in that pain and suffering, he's sort of feeling these strong feelings that are sort of beautiful and exuberant. And in the U.S. during the 30s, when there was the big depression of our time, all the best Fred Astaire movies and wonderful things and fantasies were occurring, and I just thought that related. And I did love also in that period, the 70s, that there was a look back at the 30s and all the romance and glamour. And not to be too specific about it, but I did feel that related to the theme of a guy dealing with his depression and how Hollywood has a beautiful side and sort of an imaginary side and also a depressing side as well. So these are all feelings that went into the piece.